I'm not dropping any bombs today. All right, updates here on the injury report. Okay, Cannon, foot, ankle, he won't practice today. Herndon, hamstring, won't practice today. Kalechi, shoulder, won't practice today. CJ, groin, won't practice today. Henry, shoulder, won't practice again today. Hairston, knee, it's up in the air. He's trying to figure out a way to kind of do individual, see how he feels. We're kind of trying to debate whether or not he should go today or not. He's trying to go. It's a pretty good injury report.
Is the assembly thing something that you believe could potentially last a year, several weeks?
I'm not sure. I mean, when you get veteran old linemen, I mean, you get banged up a little bit. It's not as easy to come back and stay on the field. So, I mean, we're just trying to just get him as healthy as we can, get him back on the field.
What's the bigger issue, shoulder or knee?
I mean, for him, it's probably both. I mean, the shoulder right now, but I mean, the knee does flare up on him right when he steps on the field. I mean,
but you're not considering surgery as an option?
It's not one of those type of things. It's just he's played a lot of football.
Your own line has to be sharp regardless, but is it even more so considering what Sam has been through and everything like that? I mean, I know he's cleared, but you don't want to die on the field.
Yeah, I mean, he should be good. We should not have him dying on the field. So we need to do a better job protecting the quarterback, and we need to get the ball out on time. We need to run the right routes. It's got to be all of us. It's got to be the right play call. We have to do a better job as an entire unit, and that will help the quarterback.
Do you think the O-line has gotten too much for a hit that it's really a lot of other things?
I think it's all of us. I'm telling you, there's 2 play calls where I didn't put us in a good spot. There's nobody open. I mean, took a shot, went 8-man protection. Nobody was open because they played coverage. So it's all of us. We got to do a better job. We got to be on it.
How do you think having Sam back will help with some of the protection issues? Do you think you'll be able to see some stuff before the play?
Yeah, I mean, he does. He has the ability to get the ball out quick, his ability to move. I mean, he breaks the pocket. He's a threat. He's a threat to run. So I think his pocket feel too is he's played with those guys quite a bit, you know, to where he feels things and he's out of there. You know, he has a good feel for it, you know, what to do in the pocket.
What stands out about their offense? Just looking at the numbers, they put up a big number this year.
Yeah, I'm probably their, you know, Pro Bowl offensive line, probably one of the best running backs in football, explosive wide receiver, good slot wide receiver, Hall of Fame tight end, quarterback's pretty good. Outside that, I mean, I think Dak's done a really good job of developing since he's gotten in the league. I think he's become a very good pocket passer with the ability to move and create outside the pocket. He does a good job stepping up and kind of finding seams and being able to remain a passer, throwing the ball down the field. I mean, Zeke was one of those guys we watched a lot coming out. You know, we weren't sure was he going 4, was he going to fall kind of the late, you know, early teens. That was kind of when everybody said nobody would take it back in the top 5. And, you know, we thought that was one of those guys you just never take off the field. He could do everything. And just to kind of see him, the confidence he plays with and his growth and him becoming one of the best guys in the league, I mean, that guy has been everything as advertised when he was coming out of college.
Adam, how much of a challenge are Van Russians been?
It's that whole group. I mean, even though Sean's not playing as much as he used to, but that linebacker core is legit, man. I mean, they can run sideline to sideline. They're physical downhill. When you run the ball downhill on those guys come down and you can see linemen, they pop them. I mean, those guys they thud it up, and it's their defense to me. They've constructed that thing, and it's taken them a minute to kind of get there, but you can see the improvement they've made over the last, 3 or 4 years as far as their personnel.
Obviously there's some difference, but the fact that, with that head coach, or with the DC when he was the head coach in Detroit, do you see a lot of similarity of what he likes to do?
It's a little different because that was 12 years ago, 13 years ago. So, I mean, you know what, everything evolves, right? Like, that was when it was kind of like the two Tampa Bay, Tony Dungy stuff, and I think it's kind of developed into some different things for him. It's less to Tampa, they're more man now. They're really aggressive still up front as far as what they do with their games. I mean, like, I can see Rod Marinelli's hand involved in that D-line. Like, I can see it, you know, how those guys play. And I think adding Chris Richard to the mix, you know, is unbelievable, because Chris is probably one of the toughest guys I ever went against as a coordinator. So, I mean, you can see that they've developed and kind of they're meshing those two systems, and they've become really good at playing it.
Chris is pretty much pass game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that works with those guys, but I can see kind of both of those guys' influence on the defense.
In the last 3 games, you guys have fallen behind on the first possession in each of the last 3 games. What is that a sign of?
Nothing. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's.
Gives you
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great. I'm all for scoring on the first drive or stopping them on the first drive. I mean, it's just, you can't fall apart just because of one drive. I've been on both ends of it. I've been on teams that stopped them on the first drive and scored on the first drive, and it's worked out, and sometimes it doesn't. So.
Could it be a sign of, is there perhaps a flaw in preparation during the week, or if you're constantly
Oh,
falling
Rich,
behind?
it's football. It's 60 minutes. Stop looking at it
It's
so,
a
like
trend.
that.
I mean, it's
And we're 4 games in. 4 games is a trend?
3 games, the last 3, yes.
Okay.
It's kind of a
I'm going to
trend.
let you
Only
figure it.
16
You do the math on that one, and then tell me what you think is different.
What have you liked about the way your defense has played?
I like that they play 4 quarters. I like that they come out there with the right energy, right attitude, preparation, and if things aren't going exactly the way that they should be going, they don't change. They've done a really good job of, especially since that first game, we talked about playing the first quarter and the fourth quarter exactly the same. And I feel like those guys have done that. I feel like special teams have done that. That's where we're trying to get on offense. We're trying to figure out, how do we get in some kind of rhythm? How do we create positive plays? How do we convert on third down? How do we keep it first down, second down, first down, so we don't have to get in the third down? You know, that's where we're trying to really make strides on offense. I think defense has done a great job of figuring that out of, we're going to stay the same, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter.
Could you describe Bilal's role? And obviously, it's dramatically different.
It's probably been the hardest thing for us. It's trying to figure out the right way to use Le'Veon, the right way to use Ty, right way to use Bilal. It has not been easy. We haven't had enough plays, which that hurts when you got a running back that it's hard to take him out of the game. And we're trying to get those guys more and more involved. It's just, last week, we did not want them to be in nickel, which as soon as we put one of those other guys out there, teams are going to play nickel against us. We're not going to get base defense. And that was the reason why we were in 12 personnel and 13 personnel, because we didn't want to go against Schwartz when he gets his nickel stuff out there, because you're going to get a lot of stuff.
Well, along those lines, Adam, if you're going to shy away from what you perceive to be a strength of their defense, why not put faith in your offense that you can be better than their best one?
Well, it's different when you know you're going to get cover 3 every snap compared to you can get 15 different variations of coverages and pressures and things like that when you know what you're getting.
Yeah, but in effect, then you're taking away a potential weapon in time unknown.
That's true, but it's also when you know where everybody's going to be at and you know you should have good plays. I mean, we got into 11 personnel or 21 personnel with Ty in there when we wanted to, and we got what we wanted, and we didn't get any production out of it. It wasn't their fault.
Is part of that because Luke was also under center guy who doesn't have too much experience? You're trying to make the game a little easier for him. You don't want to give him all those
You
looks.
know, we're trying to do what was best for our offense. Did not work out.
With Marinelli, are you seeing like a lot of Tampa 2 influence in what they do? Like,
It's different now. I mean, they still run it, but it's not like what it used to be. Like when they were in Tampa with Dungy and those guys, I mean, it was like you were getting it. You were getting a 4-man rush. You probably do get a lot of 4-man rush from these guys, but it's just different. They play a lot more man. They're playing more buzz, like what Seattle used to do. They play more troop, just cover 3.
When we talked to you, I think on the conference call a week or so ago, you said one of the things, coming out of the bye, one of the things you wanted to do was try to get the quarterback's initial read open. It looked like, going back and looking at some of the stuff, that Robbie was open a handful of times, that there were guys open in the secondary last week. Did you feel that you guys took a step in the right direction?
Sometimes, like I said, a couple of those sacks, nobody's open. You know, and it's nobody's fault. I mean, that's on me. So I feel like we did have some opportunities and we didn't get to them. Something either happened, whether it be protection or we just didn't get the ball out in time. But I do think we had some better opportunities last week.
How did Quinn play?
He was solid. I wouldn't say it was one way or the other. I think it was great for him to get back out there. You saw him kind of get involved in some stuff and had some opportunities, and we're expecting that just to keep going up.
Did you notice any difference in Sam or anybody else now that it's official that he's back? Was there any change?
No, I mean it's for him. He was just like he was last week. Just goes out there and starts throwing it all over the lot and running around and making plays.
Was Harrison's knee issue a reason why he didn't play? Did that factor in with Tremaine?
It kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Like practice on Friday or something?
No, it was, I think on game day, like he kind of swelled up. He played, and then it just has progressively got worse since the game. So it was kind of we were caught off guard a little bit.
You know what it is?
No, I mean they just said he had some swelling. He's just sore.
But Tremaine was gonna start, Adam.
Yeah.
Wasn't his
Yeah,
fault.
Tremaine was going to start.
Do you guys need more out of Leonard Williams?
I think Leonard's doing a good job. I mean, for me, it's what we're asking him to do, how he pushes the pocket. He gets double teamed almost every snap, it feels like. Every time I watch him, it's just, he's got 4 hands on him.
They're like the best, like some of the best players that beat double teams.
It's just different, it's different schemes though. Different schemes. What Aaron Donald gets asked to do and what he gets asked to do, they're different. They're different. That's just that's play style a little bit too.
Is there anything with Sam, just in terms of him coming back, and he hasn't played in a few games, in terms of live game action, that you'll be looking for initially just to see if he's back to speed, or is there anything, or do you expect him to come right out of the bus and be ready to go?
I think he's going to be fine. I mean, we're looking at 2 weeks of practice. I mean, the way that we've been practicing and guys flying around, I mean, he's getting good looks. So I think he'll be all right.
Thanks, Adam.